Okay, going live, and in this live session, I will aim for 10 minutes, and I will go over the website design process. Essentially, the journey that you go on when you build a website, or at least the journey I go on when I build websites. You can build a website probably in a half hour or so by getting some template online and paying for a service, and you just with no content, and you're online with like something like Wix. You do that in 30 minutes and you're on. And that's a quick and dirty solution, and usually that doesn't really do much for your business, although you can say you're on and put it on your business card. But to really get a website up that is going to have impact, a website that that people will. Oh, okay, good. Gideon and Victoria. All right, we have some bodies in here. It's too bad I couldn't just click a little button and instantly have your faces on here so you can talk. That'd be a lot of fun. Maybe one day, as Facebook, they're taking things to the next level. So welcome. Good to see you. Feel free to comment in there. Every time you comment, it pops up and it distracts me, so it's perfect. Anyway, so in this video, so these are the steps that I go through because I want a website with impact. I want a website that that when clients go to it, they're drawn in, and they want to read it and engage with it, and they're excited about it, and it really highlights the value that you can bring as a coach, build your credibility, and it leads people to take steps, get on your list, contact you. An engaging website that actually helps you grow your business, generate leads, and brings value. So in front of me, Joanna, welcome. Good to see you here. I know you're searching for a good theme. So in this video, I'm just going over my process, the journey of creating a website and what that looks like. So in front of me is a course that I've run in the past. I run it in different forms. But in that course, I give 20 steps to getting your website done. And what I'm going to do is quickly go through all these steps and talk about what's involved with them just quickly so you get a sense of the big picture. Just quickly, the course is done it in different ways, group formats, and this time I'm going to make a standalone as well as an interactive, a standalone version as well as one where I'm going to coach you and work with you as well. Details on this I'll share over time, but right now the website design process, and let me go through the steps. So in this course, I have it broken down into 20 steps you can do. I'm aiming to get them done. You can do them in an hour or two. Basically get a coffee and sit down and do them. So you can go one by one until you're done. So let me just go over these steps of creating a website. So one, getting started for the course. This is just gonna tell you how to use the course and welcome you and get you all excited and pumped up. And one of the things in the beginning, step 2, is to clarify your core message. And a lot of times coaches get stuck getting their site up, can't get content together, struggle with a designer. It's because they're having a hard time getting their content together, getting it written in a good way, and organizing it. So one of the foundational pieces of getting a great website together is to get clear about what your central message is on your website. And it can be a super duper focused niche. It can be a bit more general, but it's important that you get clear so that people can understand it and follow your website along. Okay, so one of the things we'll do is get clear on your core message. That's a step there. I'm going to zip along a little faster. Something I call website mojo, and you can call all the marketing stuff out there is just like 20 different names for the same branding and storytelling and positioning, and you can go bonkers. But in the essence, you need to have a website that's really around the client's situation and helps them along while building your credibility as a coach. You're being real and connected to them and authentic. So one step is called website mojo. I get into visuals, fonts, feelings that you want people to have on the site. And so then once you have your message, and then you get a sense of the visuals and the feeling you want to come across, and maybe some of the words you want to use on your website, it gives you like this branding sense or a base from which you can grow and make sure your website stays coherent throughout. Once you have those first 3 steps in place, if you don't already have a domain name, I recommend getting one. Oftentimes your name will do, unless it's hard to spell. I have a lot of tips on how to find the perfect one. Once you have your domain name, you get the tech set up, WordPress, hosting, domain name, email, secure server, get that all working so that your website you can build upon it. Getting a good theme in place, that will be the next step. And I use the Divi theme. There are a lot of other good themes out there. I just did a video on themes. What's really important when it comes to themes is one that's supported, that you can start to learn, and that you learn it quickly and you don't waste a lot of time on it. And that more importantly, and that it runs well, it's browser compliant, which most of them are, but that you can, the more important thing is that you get it going quickly and you get your content and visuals and calls to action all in a good place so that the client, they come to it, they don't care what theme you're using, they care what content is there, they care what you're about. So getting your theme in place, then there are key plugins. This is all for WordPress specific stuff, and there's a baseline of plugins that I recommend. They'll enhance some functionality without overloading your website. There's some settings as well, so probably in here I should really put plugins and settings that are good, and depending on what you're doing. Again, this is all about coaches building their credibility on their website and driving and generating leads. And in this course, one of the 2 big actions are going to be around getting people on your list as well as contacting you for coaching. Okay, once we got some things set up, then I'll give you a walk around the dashboard. I should probably add in here the Divi theme. So basically a training what the dashboard is, where you should go, where you shouldn't go, settings in the Divi theme that are important, how to get around it. This is when you start going up the learning curve of WordPress and getting all that in place and getting a good handle on that. So the dashboard, basically the dashboard is the back-end administration area of your website. It's where all the magic happens. You put content in there and design stuff and content organization, etc. The dashboard, magical place. Then from there, you have these first 8 steps give you a great basis from where to grow. Then you start creating pages and content. So there's the home page. I'll go into things that are ideal for that. There's the coaching page. I'll go into things and content that's ideal for that. And the model that I take people through in this course, and when I work with design with my own personal clients, these are the handful of pages that I like to start with and I recommend. Although at different times we can adjust and we can label them differently. Maybe it's not about me. Maybe it's more like, meet Mary, or simply about, depending on the mojo you have. Corporate clients will be more like just about us or just about. If you're going very minimal looking on your site and you just have one word for each menu item, if you're talkative, a super friendly kind of person, then it's more like, meet Jane and, work with me, and these different labels. But we go into the labels in the course. And so now in the website design process, we are creating content. Homepage, coaching page, success stories, about me page, and call to act. I dedicate a whole page to the call to action of contacting you. A lot of coaches just bury this, and it's really important to be prominent. So we create a bunch of content. First, those are the 13 steps. In this course, I'll have you create a freebie and also integrate your email list. Email lists. So these are, sometimes newbies who are building their websites, it's tough to do. There's just a lot going on. It's just a lot to wrap their hands around. And sometimes getting an email list and a free giveaway at first is not a good move because they're just overwhelmed, and just even getting the wording together is enough. But in this course, I walk through the steps of getting this in place. I think having an email list is a great starting platform for engaging with people, potential clients directly. So that's a good move, and we'll get those in place. Mobile ready. Themes do come mobile ready, but when you start putting in fonts and you start picking columns and you start adding images and you start doing things, you go check it on a mobile and you just got a mess. So it's worthwhile to take the time to make sure that's clean. And I'll give you good practices. And I have templates and layouts that, let's just call them layouts, that you can work to fit your website, your style, your mojo, website mojo. I use the word mojo so that I look pretty cool. That's my thing. Nah, website mojo, a good way of pulling together all that crazy branding, positioning stuff. Anyways, after we make it mobile ready, we test it out fully. That's very important. I have a checklist, and you'll do things to make sure it's working. The nightmare, which happens often, is that you go check out your website, you get it all up, months go by, you check your contact form, it don't work. You don't get an email. You're like, oh my goodness, months went by, and my email form doesn't even work. And that's bad for biz. Okay, once we test it out fully, then a step I do is polish to perfection. And one key part of this step is to actually share your website with people, friends, colleagues, people who will be critical and open and tell you what they think. And then especially some people who are ideal clients, like maybe past clients, or it could be your clients. It's good to get this, you'll be in your own head as you work on your website. And it's good to get outside of your head and get the wisdom of the masses. They'll catch a lot of spelling errors, visual hiccups, and they'll test on different devices. And that's a good way to fix a lot. It takes you from like good to great. It's something no one really does, but worthwhile to do. Okay, once it's polished to perfection, you launch and celebrate. Basically jump up and down and scream at the top of your lungs and howl at the moon in happiness. But also there's some steps in here that I recommend you do to start getting the word out. And you can, from my experience with all the groups and networks, etc., you're in, you can reach thousands of people in a weekend easily. And that often turns into subscribers, potential new initial clients. Then there's a last step in here called minimal maintenance. And when I work with clients, there's after your site's together, there's some things you should do to maintain your website and to make sure that it's safe, secure, it's still working, no links are broken, and running fast. So there's some things to do, and it shouldn't take a lot of time. You should keep the basics going. I don't like having people waste a lot of time on their website. Don't like it. What you need, where you need it. In fact, you will see no PayPal stuff on here. You'll see no Calendly stuff on here. To start out, I don't recommend those things. Really, it's getting good content together, not making a mess out of your site, and then starting engaging people from your site. All right, let me go back to the group. Do I get any more bodies in here? We have Gideon, Victoria, and Joanna in here. Again, this video is all about the website design journey, website creation journey. And hey, no one posted any comments. Maybe you all fell asleep on your side of the world. If you want to pop something in there right now, feel free to do it. I know each of you have their own agendas and things they need to sort out. I hope you're all staying safe and preventing the spread, keeping it slow, and getting your rest so that your immune system is strong and your body's resilient. And I hope if any trouble comes your way that those things ease off quickly. Now's the time. People are home, a lot of attention online. People are worried and stressed, so it's good to be productive and focus on other things so you just don't get out of perspective. Online is so much chaos and stuff, and if you look at it, if you read too much stuff, you can go bonkers. And people are stressed and need help, and they're struggling. And Gideon's listening to my wisdom. It's actually not what I say, it's how I say it. So, see, my hands are moving. Yeah, oh, sorry, Joanna, super fast processing. I guess it's a video, you can replay it. Thanks for saying that. I often should go slower, and maybe English, is English your first language? I should also just pay attention to that. I'm, hopefully getting better with these videos. Yeah, replay the video. Post your questions in the group. I like seeing them. It helps me to respond. Stay safe, everyone, and I will be in touch with some more good stuff. And let's get out there. People need our help.